Alright, hello everyone, it's Happy, and today we're going to be talking about the FV4005, and this tank really disappointed me. I haven't touched it after it got the 4-shell interclip, but to be fair, I am not a big fan of the tank whatsoever. This tank really disappointed me in pretty much every single aspect, right? Let's talk about the positives. It has a pretty cool drum, I guess, with 4 shells, 2.5 second interclip. Alright, cool, fair enough. Again, I'm not a big fan of the interclip. I liked the higher alpha, less shells in the clip aspect, because again, having 3 shells is better than 4 in terms of DPM and taking in less damage. I have to be honest in that regard. I've always said this, and 3 shells is always better than 4. But in this regard, come on, man. This tank's weapon handling is not good for a TD. This tank barely has anything going for it. It just has 4 shells in the clip, and that is pretty much it. The DPM is pretty decent at 3.2k, but then again, this is a drum tank. And I feel like the weapon handling on this tank needs to be buffed. The aim time is the same as that of the AMX50B, and the dispersion is a tiny bit worse than the AMX50B. If you compare this tank to the T57 Heavy, then the aim time on the T57 Heavy is way better. Way better. And it's really like felt. You can really feel it. The AMX50B is way better than this tank as well, just because of the fact that this tank has actually some troll armor, and the frontal part of the tank actually has good armor. Like the hull at the front allows you to peekaboo from buildings relatively safely, even compared to the T57 Heavy, right? So if you peek around a corner, a lot of tanks will just shoot because they think you're at AMX50B, but no, the shots will bounce off of the front of your hull. The FV4005, has no armor, pretty much like pretty crappy mobility, to be fair, relative to other TDs out there. And even if you compare it to the AMX50B, like, come on, this tank is supposed to be a tank destroyer, and I feel like the gun is supposed to be really good. In this case, the weapon handling is pretty much like a tier 10, basic drum weapon handling. So in comparison to the AMX50B, you can say that the weapon handling is pretty much identical, but then you have like an interclip with like 30 more alpha per shot, and that's pretty much it. Like, I mean, I'm not saying the FV4005 is a bad tank by any means, but it's just that I expected more of this tank. And you don't feel how strong this tank is at all. Again, this tank has no armor. 40 kilometers forward is not fast enough. You have so many TDs at tier 10 that are really fast. You look at the Hori, the Forsh, the Grill, etc, Object 263. And then you just look at the FV4005 and you're like, okay, 40 kilometers forward is not that great. This tank has no armor at all. Anyone who shoots at you will absolutely smash your cardboard face in half. And the gun itself has tier 10, heavy tank weapon handling. Like, come on, what is this? At least give it a very strong gun if you're going to be taking away, most of the mobility. Not saying it's a slow tank, it's just that there's better tanks out there in regards to mobility. At least give it better mobility or give it some proper weapon handling as a TD. As of right now, this tank really has nothing. 410 alpha, 4 shots, and you have to stand there without any camo while everyone else sees you and shoots back at you. Like, it's just not that great. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, and the performance wasn't on par with what it used to be. So that's all I'm going to say regarding this tank. I feel like Wargaming just touched this tank for no reason and made it worse. Tell me what you guys think about this tank in the comment section below, and with that, Happy is out, and I'll definitely see you guys next time. Bye bye.